What's up, Internet? This is EF with Wolf, and welcome to Wolf Watches. Well, it's only a few weeks away until RWBY Volume 6 premiere, and then on the website, and I am just super excited. I can't wait to see what Ruby, Weiss, and Yang, and Oz, and Oscar, and Crow, like, what kind of adventures will they have? But there's another question: what will happen to our villains? So, I wanted to compile a list of the top 10 of my theories based on each character, in no particular order, of what's going through their mind and what we can expect for them in the next volume. So here is my top 10 list of villains. What are they thinking? Number 1, Salem. Salem will be absolutely furious at the failure to capture the Haven relic, but it may be minor when she actually kind of stops and thinks about it. She no longer needs the Spring Maiden to access the vault, so she may just see the Spring Maiden as negligible to her plan. She also killed Lionheart, someone that she may have actually placed most of the blame on, and rightfully so from her perspective. So all in all, while Hazel and the rest will get punished, it won't be as severe as what we might think Salem would come up with. She may even try to kill 2 Nevermore with 1 dust round and try to capture the Haven relic while capturing the Winter Maiden when in Atlas, assuming that each maiden is within their respective kingdoms. Number 2, Tyrion. Tyrion has been absent the past volume. Ever since he lost his tail, fans have been theorizing of what could replace it, how it can be replaced, pretty much like all the scary stuff that you could imagine. Now, Dr. Watts has been explicitly told to repair it, so we may actually see him this volume. If we do, he's going to be more determined than ever to capture Ruby. Number 3, Dr. Watts. Assuming that the group is going to Atlas, I can't imagine that he's going to be left out. He does seem to be most qualified and knowledgeable to lead such an assault. We do hear the word that he's a disgraced Elysian scientist, but we actually don't know why he's disgraced or what degree. And with the elimination of Lionheart and Raven just gone into the wind, do our heroes even know that Dr. Watts is working against them? Just with the ease that he's able to travel around Haven and the fact that he was absent from the final fight kind of says that he's working behind the scenes. Going back to what I said before, disgrace could be anything from just losing his job based on morally questionable experiments to actually becoming a traitor. I think it would actually be pretty neat if, say, Ironwood had taken him off normal assignments to work on some top secret project. On the flip side, that could be why Ironwood is so paranoid. He trusted Dr. Watts, and once he was shown to be a traitor, now distrusts anybody. I think it'd be pretty neat if, like, they had been close friends at some point, and when Dr. Watts turned to Salem, Ironwood just didn't see a reason to trust anybody. Number 4, Hazel. I don't see Hazel being too involved with this volume, seeing we saw a lot of him in the previous one. However, if Salem wants to go all out for the relic, it would make sense to send him. He is one of their strongest members. If he does go and runs into the gang, this could give Oscar a chance to talk to him again, as well as maybe even question some of Oz's past history, which he has never shared. While Oz has never directly lied to anyone that we know of, it's definitely true that he's kept a lot of secrets. And since they're kind of all sort of just meeting each other for real as equals, there's definitely a lot of stuff that he hasn't shared with Team RWBY and Oscar. Number 5, Adam. I have put probably the most amount of thought on Adam. Basically what his thought process is and what his next move could be. Right now he's disgraced, a lot of his supporters are rounded up in prison, but depending on what he says and who he meets, he can spin this to his advantage. I assume not every follower had gone to Haven, and there's definitely some that are in Menagerie right now. If he spins this so he blames Cinder's group, all of which were human, it could keep his supporters around and maybe even get some of the more violent ones to join up with him. This could open the door to maybe Adam freeing Corsac and some of the other White Fang prisoners from Menagerie. But if, when he decides to do anything with anyone, what would it be? Would he try to go after Cinder's group for revenge? Would he go after Blake? Or would he try a two-person front? There's also the big question of, does he actually know about Salem? And I really don't think he does. I think he assumes that Cinder was either one of the main leaders or she was working with someone, just another human, not necessarily the embodiment of Grimm. Number 6, Cinder. Yeah, she's not dead. I want to see the body. Raven was able to break through the ice spell that Cinder had cast on her, so I don't really see any reason that Cinder couldn't do it as well, otherwise she was just too tired. She could then use her Grimm Extendo arm to launch onto a cliffside and crawl her way back up. While some people may say that, oh, she lost her aura and she couldn't do this, don't forget that Amber also lost her aura during the battle with Cinder, Mercury, and Emerald, and she was still able to use magic. Number 7, Raven. Technically, Raven wasn't a villain, but she was an antagonist in the last volume, so that's why she makes this list. All in all though, I don't think she would be too much of a problem. I think her talk with Yang really hurt her in a way that she never could have expected. I figure she's done with all things related to Salem and the war, except for maybe an extreme case of self-preservation or some secret plan to try to betray her. But like I said before, I think her talk with Yang will have her turn down any offer that Salem might offer her. Not to mention that there's some kind of general consensus that as soon as Salem gets what she wants from someone, she discards them. And I think Raven is just too smart to assume that she's gonna change. But this whole conversation is kind of moot with me because Raven is so frustratingly unpredictable that I really don't know what her true motives or whether she's turned over a new leaf or what exactly is her next move. Number 8, Ironwood. Now some of you are probably wondering why I put Ironwood on this list. I think apart from Jacques Sneed, he has the most resources, the same hunger for power, and the paranoia to trip up the gang in Oz when they get to Atlas. Think of all the times he's gone around Ozpin or complained about his methods. And now with closed borders, cut dust supplies, and multiple council seats, I don't even know how that works. He's definitely acting like he wants the best for the people, but he doesn't necessarily care if anyone agrees with him. So confident that he's right, and basically you do this and everyone can be safe, whether or not anyone agrees with him or if it's all feasibly possible. I had mentioned this earlier in my top 5 crazy Ruby theories that could be true, but he's definitely becoming more and more authoritarian. And now with this extra dose of paranoia, it's gonna be bad for our group in Atlas. He may even blame Oz for the fall of Vale, acting too passively and not serious enough and not strict enough, and allowing his army to be hacked. I think if Oz and the group manage to get to Atlas and they run into Ironwood, Ironwood will do his best to isolate them, kind of just out of the way, not imprisoning them, but putting them out of the way so they don't get under his feet in protecting the world. So all in all, it's not necessarily evil, but his distrust and paranoia could possibly lose the relic, the maidens, or both. Number 9, Neo. Neo's been a bit quieter than usual, hasn't she? See what I see? Yeah. No, I'll stop. Assuming she landed safely, she was in an Atlas disguise last, and an Atlas disguise would get her out of Vale and away from prying eyes. With the death of Roman and the gang now going to Atlas, I think this would be a perfect time for Neo, who is in hiding in Atlas, to see Ruby and maybe plan for revenge. This could be how Salem and the gang infiltrates Atlas through her. Number 10, Emerald and Mercury. Yeah, I pretty much put these two together because you can't say one without the other, and especially with Mercury, he's not going to be very changed. It's mostly going to be Emerald. I think overall both of them will get off a little bit easier than maybe Hazel and Lionheart did, mainly because they're foot soldiers, they're not leaders, and their abilities are just way too useful to just discard after one mistake, even a massive one like losing the relic. While I think Mercury will remain unchanged, kind of due to his personality and his kind of outlook on life, the fact that he kills his father and doesn't really show concern for others makes me think that he's not going to be as affected as Cinder's death as maybe Emerald will be. Emerald, on the other hand, will probably be demanding revenge. Depending if Cinder is actually dead or not, I see one of maybe three choices. If Cinder is dead, Emerald will either acquire the powers of the Fall Maiden, kind of a long shot to begin with because I don't think Cinder actually cares about Emerald, and why would that be in her final thoughts. Emerald will demand to go to Alice to either capture the Winter Maiden or capture the relic, or both. Or she will try to become like Cinder and demand powers from Salem in order to gain more power to kill her perceived enemies. So, that concludes my 10 theories for these 11 characters. I'm hoping to do a lot more of these in the future, and not just for RWBY, but just for kind of just anime in general. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe. This is the 84th Wolf, and I'll see you guys next time.